for so long, and I finally caved and was like, enough is enough. Let's just get this out. So basically, I am going to relay to you guys the kinds of monsters in Monster Hunter series that I would want as a pet or anything based off their designs and not their actual personalities or any. Well, well, I guess personal. Well, that's not the point. Anyway, this is probably going to be a multi-parter, but with different kinds of I don't know, like monsters I would want to ride on the back of, the monsters I would just want to pet. You know, that kind of thing. That pretend that makes sense. But yeah, this is gonna be probably a multi-parter kind of deal. So, I hope you enjoy it, and we're gonna do like 10 monsters here because I could be here all day trying to find different monsters I would want to, you know. So without further ado, 10 monsters that I would want to keep as a pet in Monster Hunter World and the other games. Leave me alone. First of all, we got Almudron. Almudron, how do you say that? Anyway, have you seen this guy's intro in Monster Hunter Rise? Have you? You look at him and tell me he's not basically just a grumpy old man yelling at you to get off his lawn. I mean, seriously, how can you go wrong there? You could just put him in the backyard or the front yard, or in the moat if you live in a castle. I envy you if you do. Legit, this would be perfect for that purpose. Except that it might not end well for some. Next on the list is one of my personal favorites is Paolumu. Come on, you cannot mean to tell me that you would look at that face and not think that this thing will not try and rip your face off like a bobcat would. If this thing is evil, then why is it friend-shaped? And this is so unfair. I am going to sue. Oh, Legiana gained the day away, Legiana. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Uh, Seriously, I would literally have Legiana too, just to see what happens. Plus, it has the same amount of syllables as Santiana, so you can't go wrong parodying a sea shanty just to have this creature around. I mean, come on. Would you really pass that up? And besides, cool ice dragon. It's a win-win, except when it tries to kill you or your friends. Then again, if you can tame it, I guess it wouldn't be a problem. Hey, I'm not judging. I would do the same. And then next up, we got Pukei-Pukei. Come on. What do you mean something this stupid can actually kill me and eat me in one gulp? Just gulp, gulp, gulp. Just suddenly all my food is gone. But you know what? If I look into that face and there is not a look, not a thought, not a feeling, nothing behind his eyes, not even a brain cell, nothing is working inside of his lizard chameleon brain. And I am completely fine with this. I adore him. I would love him forever, except I would constantly be risking getting bored by a giant chameleon bird looking thing. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him and his dumb face. Does Dodogama look like he has a clue what's happening? No. Does he look like he cares? No. There is no thought at all in that froggy brain, and I am absolutely here for it. I love him so much. I love him and his stupid face. And everything else. If he is evil, why is he friend-shaped? Literally, Monster Hunter World developers explain why Dodogama is friend-shaped, just like Paolumu. This is not fair. I'm going to sue. Up next, we got Velkhana from the Iceborne DLC of World. I probably should have been listing. Well, they appear most of them. It doesn't make a difference. Anyway, Velkhana. You cannot deny it. Velkhana is a beautiful elder dragon, even if she could bring something as heavy as a winter apocalypse, but you overlook that sort of thing when something is so beautiful. It's not that different from picking a waifu from the monster catalog, especially in D&D or whatever. You get my drift. Uh, yeah, she would probably freeze me to death for even looking at her wrong. I'm unsure if elder dragons have genders. Let's just pretend, you know. Anyway, that's not important. But seriously, I would endure every struggle to get close and endure the terrifying experience that it would be, probably being slowly frozen to death, just for a chance to ride on Velkhana's back. Don't you tell me that you would not, because I would. Next up, we have Nakarkos. I know what you're thinking. Why would anyone ever want something this horrifying and weird as a frickin' pet? I will make it simple. Let's say on Halloween you're not participating and you don't want the kids or teenagers or anybody on your lawn, especially after you just mowed and they're going to ruin all your beautiful work. Wouldn't it be just hilarious if these things' heads just popped out and looked at them funny and just scared them off doing that? Wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be amazing? Wouldn't it just be so cool? Coming up next, we got this interesting fellow called Arzuros. Now, I get that he is a bear that will never stop being hungry, but you know, isn't it kind of like having your dad? I mean, if you need a stable father figure in your life, but you don't want a human, you can just get an Arzuros and tame it, and it'll just sit there on your couch watching the news and eating a raw salmon. That's about a win in my book. Coming up at number 9, we got an Azure Rathalos. If you want to split hairs, then yes. This would be considered me just being nitpicky because I am picking this certain monster by its color. I like the color blue. Azure's basically blue. It's a shade of blue. Artists, please don't hate me. But legit, you look at that and tell me that's not cool. I would be soaring on that thing all day. I would use this thing to fly all the way to California, get some mochi from frickin' Disneyland over there, go to the other Disneyland in Florida, get myself a Mickey pretzel, and I would come back with a pair of ears that I stole off a child. Maybe. I wouldn't take it from a child. Maybe a really disgruntled Karen. You don't know me. But yeah, basically, I would want an Azure Rathalos. And last but certainly not least, the beautiful, the enthralling, the overtly unsettling in that it stares right into my soul every time I watch a video of this thing. Shara Ishwalda. I know what you may be thinking. It is very impractical to have an elder dragon this big and this unsettling looking just living near my house. Please understand, while I do find myself creeped out by the way its eyes just peer right to the bottom of me, I am also enthralled and entranced by it, and thus I can forgive it. Also, I want to boop it on the snoot. Also, I would Loki smash. Anyway, yeah, that's basically why Shara Ishwalda belongs in my care. I would spoil it rotten. I would clean its beautiful wings every chance it asks me to. I would be so good to it. And it would probably not respond in kind, but you know what? I am perfectly okay with that. I will not be explaining anything, nor will I be accepting any questions. Goodbye.